Today we are here in Cos Group headquarters, and we're going to have an interview with Tim Lobanov, who is the Managing Director of Cos Group. Tim, thank you so much for accepting our invitation. I would like to ask you to have a little introduction, introduce yourself. Where are you from? How did you end up in real estate?
Thank you for coming. My name is Tim Lobanov. I'm the Managing Director of Cos Group. I'm of Russian descent, but I've been going back and forth in between Russia and United States for the last 10 years. And I finally settled down in sunny Miami. My background comes from Russia, where I was the manager for a big Russian real estate developer. And I was primarily in charge of identifying new business opportunities in emerging real estate markets across the globe. I've had my eyes set on Miami for a number of years, and very happy that we created our development operations here in South Florida.
Can you tell me a little bit about Cos Group and what kind of developments you are specialized in?
Sure. So we currently have about 3 projects. 2 of them are here on the island, close to our office, Big Harbor Islands. Our first project is called Pearl House, which has 15 units. Our second project is Le Jardin Residences with 30 units, and we're currently working on the third one in Sunny Isles Beach, which will be a boutique 17-story building with 61 residences.
Oh, that's amazing. So you have to know that this area in Miami, and without any flag or anything, is very famous for Europeans and Eastern Europeans, because we can find, I'm also from Eastern Europe, so we can find all the nice shops and restaurants. So this is very popular. But who are your buyers? Where are your buyers are coming from?
Most of our buyers are from Latin America. As a matter of fact, 80% of the buyers are from Latin America. Brazilians, Colombian, Mexicans, Argentinians. 20% are from North America, some New York, Canada. We haven't had any European buyers as of yet, but we look forward to having them as a client.
Nice. Tell me a little bit, when you are specializing on construction, what is the main value that you can provide for the buyers?
Quality of construction, of course, it's very important. Providing great amenities in the building. Price point has been very important to our buyers, and we've been sort of pioneering this new wave of development where we believe in offering a great quality of construction at a lower price point. Most of our developments are not directly on the water. Most of the time we're like directly across the street, but that allows us to have that very attractive price point in our projects.
What is this price point? Just to give like a little estimate, like between price per square foot, what is the range?
So here in Bay Harbor Islands, for example, our projects average $450 a square foot. Our third project in Sunny Isles Beach will average at about $700 a square foot. It's not on the ocean, as I mentioned, but it's directly across the street. So when majority of these new developments in the Isles Beach, priced well above $1,100, I think we're going to have a very attractive and competitive product.
Competitive package for the buyers. Nice. We were talking about buyers, and the buyers, where they're coming from. How do you see, I know that you are following the real estate market in the past 10 years. How do you see the buyers, how they are changing? What are the requirements, what are the requests from the buyers which are changing in the last 5 years?
So like I mentioned, a lot of them are from Latin America, and historically real estate booms in Miami have been fueled by investors from Latin America, and I think there's going to be a little shift towards Asian markets, European markets, local markets here. There's going to be more buyers from northern states, from Canada. Clients are becoming a little more demanding, just because there's so many projects, beautiful projects to choose from. But Miami really has something for everyone. There's a great variety of of buildings that are designed by world-renowned architects. Every developer is trying to outdo themselves, outdo their competition, other developers. So they constantly trying to be creative in the product that they deliver.
So this is very interesting what you are saying, because I hear it also from many developers that Miami is not anymore the second home destination. People are considering to move here, especially from the northeast states like New York. Price point of view, it's much more affordable, and the climate, we know the weather is amazing. We have season for the 12 months, and there are many opportunities when not just retirements, but also people who are willing to continue their business. The economy is started to come into Miami and be part of this city. How do you feel that, for example, when I asked you that we have Art Basel, we have Boat Show, we have Auto Show, we have Food and Wine Festival, we have the Miami New Construction Show. How do you see the economical impact of these events or these shows?
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, all of that makes Miami a true world-class city. So many people are moving to Florida. Recently, Office of Governor of Florida released statistics that show that over 1,000 people a day move to Florida, and a big percentage of that number is probably people moving direct to South Florida. And they love it, like you mentioned. I mean, best shopping, fashion shows, art exhibitions, great schools, universities, boating. Miami really has it all, which attracts investors and clients from all over the world. Miami, has officially become more international than New York. And that's something that we should all be excited about and proud of. As you know, more than 1,500 banks have their branch offices in Miami, which is more than in New York. So it's very exciting.
So we became the capital, the financial capital of South America.
Absolutely.
And yeah, exactly. Miami has the second largest financial district after New York. And the restaurants, the world-class lifestyle, which is bringing people here to Miami. I would like to ask you a little bit about yourself. So, do you have anyone that was directing you to real estate, or how did you end up? Who is your role model? Who is the one that you learned a lot?
Well, my role models are, my personal life is probably my dad, who always taught me to pursue my dreams. And not letting anything stop me in the way of achieving my goals. In business world, I admire some of the America's greatest businessmen. To name a few, like Andrew Carnegie, who was a great American industrialist, and he had some of the best business ethics, and he has done a lot of philanthropic work.
What is your background?
So my background is, like I mentioned, I worked for a major...
But in like studying wise, like economist or architect or...
Actually, my degree is in linguistics, but I've sort of transitioned from that to real estate. I've always had passion for real estate, and that's how I ended up in working for a real estate company.
This is actually what I see, is that the most important is what you have passion for. Everything else is secondary. If you love what you are doing, then you will be successful. And this is something which is the American dream. And I believe that all these international developers who are coming here, they have been developing many units probably in different parts of the world, and you learned also from your previous work in Russia. So this is something that I see, that we can live this American dream here and we can make our dream come true.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What are you doing when you are not working?
I don't really consider the line of work that I do work, because I love what I do, and I think that's the reason for my success and success of my company, because I think that when you are genuinely in love with your work, you can't really call it work, right? And you're sort of doomed to be successful. But no, Miami has a lot to offer for weekend activities, from boating to kayaking to.
It's a great opportunity to come here to Bar Harbor, and right now Bar Harbor is a very hot area. There are many new development projects starting or in plan in Bar Harbor area. Why Bar Harbor for you and for the company that you are representing? What was the moment when you said, like, wow, this is something interesting?
So Bay Harbor Islands is a very special place for us. Besides the fact that it was developed in the early 20s by a Russian investor, we sort of been looking at Bay Harbor Islands as a place for us to enter the market for a number of years, and we thought that it was greatly undervalued for many years, and we thought it was a perfect place. It has an amazing location, a very central location. It's 10 minutes away from Aventura, 30 minutes away from South Beach, so close to Bull Harbor. Indian Creek, one of the most prestigious islands in the world, is right next door. Amazing place. Going through some exciting changes. 24 new developments are here on the island that are being developed right now. We have 2 of them. So we are very excited about this little town, and I think it's going to be one of the most probably sought after neighborhoods in Miami.
After Bar Harbor, what else would you be considering as a hot spot right now in Miami? If investors are coming or buyers are coming, what would you recommend personally? Where would you buy?
A few. Our third project in Sunny Isles Beach, we think that it's also becoming a world-known destination. A lot of people outside of the United States know Sunny Isles Beach. I personally like Brickell and downtown area. I like city life, so I like the idea of walking to shops and restaurants, and the fact that it's becoming little New York. It's very exciting to me. Edgewater is an amazing place. It's sort of very natural that it's going to connect Midtown with downtown, and I think it's going to be a very popular neighborhood as well.
So as a business development background, I see that you are keeping an eye on every neighborhood. Absolutely. And you see the opportunities, where are they coming from.
Absolutely.
Tim, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you
so much for making this interview, and I'm sure that we learned a lot from Tim and from Cos Group, which direction they are going to move forward and what they are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.